Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Snark Bait. I'm Christy.
I'm Sophie, and we have a lot to talk about on Dark Energy Tuesday today. We are talking about some TikTok stuff, the Danish Deception series. If you haven't seen that, we will explain. The Acquired Twins launching a clothing line, some Bravo Felons update. There's a lot going on with the Bravo celebrities these days. Chase Stokes, obviously, and so much more. And yeah, this is a fun one. We just want to say happy Thanksgiving almost. We are so thankful for you guys. And we hope you enjoy today's Dark Energy Tuesday.
Enjoy. Hey, Sophie.
Hi.
You guys, they didn't say what do they say? They never said it would be easy. They said it'd be worth it.
But they never said it would be this hard, Chris Martin.
Yeah, that's how we're feeling today. The camera situation is very overstimulating. Sophie and I set up.
I hate it so much.
Our setups need to be advanced by like 20x.
We basically just have like we always complain about this. I'm so sorry if you're sick of hearing about it. We're sick of living it. Okay. We have so much. Imagine how tired we are. We have like all this fuck ass podcasting equipment. I live in a tiny like shoebox in New York City. I don't have room for all this equipment. My like chair is broken. My ring light fell over. My camera wasn't working. And then Christy like FaceTiming me. She was like, it's not plugged in. That's why it's not working.
Call me IT.
I know, literally. It's just been
That's so funny. You're annoyed of listening to it. Imagine living it.
Imagine how tired we are, you guys. Like, I know it's so annoying. I feel like every damn day we log on, we're like, we fucking hate our lives. Our podcast equipment never works. Everything is stressful. We're tired.
I know. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm so exhausted.
We have the few people that are like, oh, but I love like hearing your updates at the beginning. Our updates are always the same. Podcast equipment sucks. We're tired.
No, you guys, it's so funny because right before we were supposed to record, Jordan's like, okay, it'll be a moment. Let me get you set up. Don't forget to have the community chat to the right so you can see what I'm saying. And all of a sudden I see
like a bull in a china shop.
Like, your camera's like moving. I see the ring. Fall. So the mic.
And then my mic unplugged. And then I was like yelling, but they couldn't hear me because my mic was unplugged.
But like it was the computer that was moving, and Sophie just like carrying her ring light, looking incredibly flustered. She's like, "This fuck ass setup." The fuck ass bulky camera. Like, I don't know.
And my chair literally broke. Like remember I talked about my chair months ago. I still haven't gotten a new one.
No, I know.
Henry temporarily fixed it, but I'm breaking it again. So
it's a lot of, work being a podcaster, but genuinely we're complaining, but we're so glad you're here. We're not trying to say that this is like, that we're in peril. This is just these small annoyances. Think of like the most annoying part of your day, of your work day, or getting up in the morning. That's kind of ours, I would say.
Well, also it's Dark Energy Tuesday, so we're allowed to complain about podcast equipment being dark energy and never working properly.
I know. I'm still just like dying at like the computer bobbling and Sophie.
My chair falling, and then my ring light falling.
Like she just had the ring. I don't know, you guys. You had to be there. I wish that we had like recorded the whole thing, like you could have seen it. But in any case, my goodness, do we have a lot to talk about today, Sophie? But before we dive in, what's been going on in your world? What's been happening? You guys, it's Friday, November 21st, and by the time you guys listen to this, Thanksgiving will be in just 2 days. So happy Thanksgiving! I hope you guys eat up. Yes. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food meal? What?
Okay, fun fact about me, I fucking love Thanksgiving food. And my family does it big. You guys will see. I mean, I always post my plate because it's just unreal. Like, shout out to everyone else that cooks. I don't, but like my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, I don't do shit. I just show up with an empty stomach and a smile. And
Yep.
sometimes a weed pen, not this year, but usually. So, turkey, we always do brisket or like steak or corned beef. We did like all 4 last year. And then the sides, obviously, you gotta have the mac and cheese, the mashed potatoes, corn souffle, green bean casserole. Let me think. Oh, but my favorite Thanksgiving dish, sweet potato casserole with marshmallows on top.
That's my favorite too.
So
See, I knew
good.
you were a good person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew you were on the right side of history with that.
What is your favorite?
Sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows burnt, but not like burnt, but crispy, golden brown. And I also I'm a sucker for pumpkin and pecan pie.
I love pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie. Oh, okay. Wait, guys, I'm looking at my plate from last year. You're watching on YouTube?
I think I like remember you posting that.
Corned beef brisket, turkey, steak, gravy, green bean casserole, cream corn, beans and brisket, stuffing, mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole, mac and cheese, cornbread, butter. Yeah. What else do you need? So that's going to be me on Thursday.
Let us know your guys' favorite Thanksgiving dish. Or do you not? Because I have a friend, shout out to Courtney. She doesn't like Thanksgiving food.
Same with my cousin Emma. She just eats the mac and cheese. So shout out Emma. I hope you grow up one day.
I mean, for me, it's more nostalgic than anything. It just brings up very good memories. Thanksgiving is arguably my favorite holiday of the year, more so than Christmas. I don't know. I think it signifies that there is a holiday energy upon us now. With Christmas, you're kind of like in that sluggish, like state of mind. You've been eating a lot, been drinking a lot, going to holiday parties. You're just busy in December. But I feel like with the beginning of the Thanksgiving holiday, like coming up, you're just excited for time off work, to spend time with your loved ones. So I'm very excited for this year. My sister is going to be in London, so I won't get to see Miss Mo.
Oh, Miss Mo.
Miss Mo, but her and my brother-in-law are going to be coming for Christmas. So last year I was in London. We kind of do like a back and forth thing. This year they're going to come here, which I'm more than happy about because I don't love the cold. Like, I don't want to be in London in the winter. I know that sounds bawdy.
No, that's completely fair. You're a SoCal girl. You're not used to it. You're not built like us.
Exactly. Like I want to be like in Newport on Christmas at the beach, Yeah, that's just
totally.
Get some bear flag, maybe your fave.
Oh my God, my favorite. But yeah, I mean, I live in New York, obviously, but I'm from Cincinnati originally, which is where I'm going for Thanksgiving. So that's why I say, Midwesterners were used to the cold. Same with East Coasters. And also, I'm curious if fellow Jewish baby Starks, we don't celebrate Christmas, and like I feel like Hanukkah it's always at like a different time of year. It's not like Christmas, like it's very different. And so I feel like Thanksgiving is like the one holiday for us where we all get together, aside from, occasional Jewish holidays, but like the one really big universal holiday that we're like, yeah. And so I'm excited for that. I always get excited to just be with the fam.
Being from Southern California, I grew up with a lot of Jewish people, Jewish friends. And it obviously where I'm from as well, there's a lot of Asian people. And is it a thing, at least it was from where I grew up, all the Jews during Christmas go to Chinese restaurants? Is that like a thing that your family did too?
Yes, Johnny Chan's and Harper's Point for any of the Cincinnatians.
That's so funny. I wonder why
Jewish baby stars.
Why Chinese food, do you think?
There actually is a history behind it. And it's because I'm going to like butcher this, and I'm not going to articulate this well, but basically Chinese restaurants were historically the only places that were open on Christmas for Jewish people to eat.
Makes sense.
And also there was always a kinship between Chinese people and Jewish people on New York's Lower East Side. With,
tenements,
yeah,
I feel like,
exactly. So there was always a kinship between those two cultures also. So I feel like it's a culmination of mostly those two things, I would say. So yeah, that's a real thing. Chinese food on Christmas every year.
That.
Yeah.
Well, we have to, being a Jewish woman yourself, being a Chinese woman myself, I love to hear that story. And, because of the kinship that we shared on the Lower East Side and the tenements, here we are doing snark bait. Okay, I first, as we dive into DET, I want to talk about the Danish Deception on TikTok. Are you familiar with what's been going on?
I
Sophie?
saw this in passing, but I never like get around to watching the 40-part TikToks. So I need you to fill me in because that's something that you are familiar with.
Okay, so Onyeka, she is a Nigerian woman who was actually on Colton's season of The Bachelor. I don't know if you remember her. I vaguely remember her, but that season was also a very long time ago. But
Yeah.
in any case, she talks about how she was single, living in Dallas, and her girlfriend decided to take a trip to Croatia, like a girly trip. And when she was at this beach club in Croatia, she was having the time of her life with one of her best girlfriends. And she sees this man, tall, like taller than 6 foot, blonde, blue-eyed, looks like a Calvin Klein model. He comes up to her at this beach club, approaches her, hits on her. They exchange Instagram DMs. They ended up having dinner with her friend and his friend, like one of their last nights in Croatia. It didn't end up like really resulting in anything, but they quickly had a very fast whirlwind romance after they both got home to their respective homes. He lived in Denmark. She was in the States in Texas. And so begins this romance where they're going back and forth. And they kind of had this type of thing where they meet each other either, in Denmark, they go to Portugal. They love to travel. And that's kind of this motif throughout the entire story. And people are shading her a lot because you'll soon find out that he's been struggling financially. She ends up loaning him a lot of money. And people are kind of comparing this story to Ressa Tessa's Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Part 27. Remember
Right.
that? It was like a 100-part series. She's
Yep.
doing the Danish Deception, and I think it's up to like 27 stories. I'm on story 19, I think, but it began like the weird scammy thing started to come out when he explained to her, hey, I'm investing in this high-rise property in Europe, and I found out that after I purchased the property, there's a lot of foundational issues. And I actually need to pay a contractor around $6,000 to fix these foundational issues. And I have some money kind of stuck up in investments. Can you loan me $6,000? So she says it's the first time he asks. She's a little bit trepidatious about doing so. She ends up giving him $6,000 via Revolut, which if you're unclear on what that is, it's like a Venmo, but in the UK and in Europe. And after this foundational crisis with like his house, it's crisis after crisis. So he ends up telling her, hey, my father, he's hospitalized. Oh my God, he was recently diagnosed with leukemia. Me and my older sister, we don't get along. We just have this huge fight. And even though my dad's like nearly on his deathbed, I just need to get out of Denmark. Please, please, let's go somewhere. Let's go somewhere. And she's like, and even though she wanted to be there for him in Denmark, he goes, no, don't come. Don't come. No, it's too much for me and my family right now. And then basically when him and his sister got into this huge fight, he ends up proposing that they go to Paris for, I think, Christmas or New Year's Eve. When they're in Paris, they're having this great freaking time. Then she finds out, like, basically, like, during all these trips, he keeps, like, shipping her out to different cities. She always ends up paying. And it's always like, well, my money's tied up somewhere. I was part of this crypto thing and I can't pay you out, but can you just pay for this? Whatever. Ultimately, she finds out he ends up conning one of her really good friend's husbands out of $200,000.
How?
In a crypto scam. Basically, he wanted to put like I don't know how crypto works. Honestly, I'm an S&P 500 girl, but I guess he was asking the friend's husband to lend him $200,000 so they could get into some crypto scheme having to do with like really expensive watches. And what's the most frustrating part is that I feel like rather than calling it the Danish Deception, it's like Onyeka's decisions because like time after time, she keeps giving this man money. And I understand there's like real things of like very intelligent women being conned by a dusty old disgusting man. I think of Dirty John, like the woman that he ended up conning. She was a super, super high powered like woman in Orange County. Did the same thing to her. I understand that there's some like emotional, mental abuse, but like at some point, and this could be a hot take, at some point you really have to have the autonomy to come to terms with yourself that things are not adding up. 1 + 1 is no longer equaling 2, and you have to start asking more questions. And she acknowledges the fact that her decisions were really, really dumb. Honestly, she's like, listen, everything you guys are saying to me in the comments, like I've said it to myself 10 times worse. I understand what I did was so stupid, but it's like when you're out here telling everyone what happened to you on TikTok, you kind of have to be ready for people to criticize the decisions.
Totally.
And it's not 1 or 2. It was bad decision after bad decision after bad
Yeah.
decision. And I think the thing that really pissed me off the most was when she found out from her good friend that her husband had scammed her friend's husband out of 200,000. They continued to take trips to Cartagena, to Portugal for another friend's wedding, to Key West in Florida. And it's like, if I were that friend, like, if you and Henry scam me out of money and I see you and Henry saying, don't worry, we'll pay you back, but then continuing to like fly the world, I would be so pissed. And I think that was the one piece that pissed me off, because I was like,
Yeah.
you guys have no tact for this person who you owe $200,000. And then they were trying to like plan a wedding. It was crazy. And I have to hand it to Onyeka. She's a damn good storyteller. Like, she speaks at the right pace. She's very clear on what she's saying. She tells a story in like such a way that draws you in. I'm in trance. I've been watching it before I go to bed, when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm doing my makeup. Like, I highly recommend.
First of all, I feel like with these scammers, you know what it reminds me of? Remember the last season of The White Lotus in Thailand? And Carrie Coon's character was in bed with one of the Russian men. Yes. And he knows that she's a rich American and that she's lonely. Like, they know what they're doing. You know, they're like, this is a lonely woman who probably has some disposable income. Second of all, so like, when did she realize she was being scammed?
Oh, so basically, spoiler alert, she finds out he's had a gambling addiction for many years. He had struggled with a gambling addiction even prior to meeting Onyeka, and she found out through his best friend, and she was like, wait a minute, he still hasn't paid me back like the $18,000 I've lent him. And she straight up asks him, are you gambling again? He insists, no, I'm not. Then she finds him lying to her multiple times. She goes, I thought you were going to pay my mom $10,000 for our wedding. Don't worry. The money's coming. She ends up going to Chase to check his balance. There was 32 cents in the bank account. He was never going to pay her back. Like, this man is such a scammer. And the entire time I'm reading the comments, because people are saying like I'm starting to lose track of how much money you're giving him, because it's so much. Every story, it's like, I lent him this much and we took another trip. Oh, the Danish IRS was withholding his funds due to some kind of investigation. And let's go take a trip to celebrate the fact that he's going to the IRS is going to release his funds. It was like one thing after another. And I got so like nauseous even reading any of this. And yes, thank you, Jordan. They ended up getting married. And even after she would lie to her,
married?
Yes. Even after he ended up lying to her time and time again, she refused to divorce him. And until she did, but it was very recent. They were in a relationship, I want to say, for almost 2 years.
Wow.
This entire time, from day one, he was scamming her, like literally.
Oh my God.
And it's crazy because I was looking up her education. She's like a super smart woman. She worked at a Big Four public accounting firm. She did real estate as a side hustle. Like, this woman works hard. She's a smart, intelligent woman, high IQ, maybe just not the best EQ, perhaps, or great discernment. Yeah. But holy cow, I was like, and the thing I think you always have to wonder is when you start hiding things from your friends intentionally because you're so embarrassed or fearful of what they will say, that's when you know you're in a bad relationship. She refused to cop to her friends and come clean about the fact that they were so in debt that they couldn't do certain things, or they were like, she wasn't being honest with her friends and family. And I feel like that's when you
But they were still like traveling around.
That's what pissed me off. What? Every damn story from part 1 to part 19, I swear it starts and ends with some kind of trip. And everyone was like, am I not traveling enough? Like, wait a minute, should I be traveling more? Like, why are you guys going on a trip every week?
That's crazy.
So irresponsible.
Even the smartest women fall for this because they want love. Like, that's like, it's like the, oldest scam in the book. Really. It's like these men that are like, this is a lonely woman. And it's sad. It's obviously sad,
It's
like,
really sad.
I feel bad for her, obviously. I mean, I haven't watched these, and I know that she, like you said, kind of made her own mess in a lot of ways. But like, it's sad. It's like she clearly, she's smart and she still fell for this because she was like that lonely.
I know. It just makes you want to like give her a hug and be like, you were so worth it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to pay for a man's affection and love. And you could still see her when she speaks about this man. There's like a glimmer in her eye still. Some people were kind of uncomfortable with it too. They were on the comments saying, why are you still smiling when you're talking about him? Like, there's this glimmer of adoration and I don't know, love and hope in your eyes. It's kind of unsettling.
That's very bizarre.
Yeah. Highly
Speaking
recommend.
of, yeah, no, I definitely, I mean, do you listen to it on like 2x? Like, I feel like I'm
Yes.
going to need to speed it up in order to get through them.
The thing is, I actually really love her voice. So I don't even have to go on 2x because I enjoy her storytelling. But sometimes when I just need to get to the next part, I'll
Yeah, it's
scroll
like
down
get
to
to
the
the point.
2x.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, a quick ad break to talk about OneSkin. You guys know by now, we are very picky about what we put on our skin, and we love OneSkin. Two things to know about us, especially in the winter, my skin gets so dry and crispy. So I absolutely love how rich and hydrating OneSkin's products are, from their signature longevity moisturizer to their concentrated eye cream. I literally go to bed looking like a glazed donut in OneSkin products. At OneSkin's core is their patented OSO1 peptide, the first ingredient proven to target senescent cells, the root cause of really sinister wrinkles and crepiness and loss of elasticity, all the key signs of aging, with results validated in 5 published clinical studies. That might be why they count so many ageless celebrities and ex-girlfriends of John Mayer, like Jennifer Aniston and Katy Perry, as fans. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company, targeting cellular aging to keep your skin and scalp looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off using code SNARK at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code SNARK. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Try OneSkin today. Your future self will thank you.
Now, a quick ad break to talk about Bubs Naturals. I'm at the age now where my skin and hair are duller than they were at 25, and my body hurts after just 2 glasses of wine, aging. Am I right? That's where Bubs natural collagen peptides come in. Basically, starting as early as your 20s, your body naturally produces less collagen every single year. Collagen is literally the protein glue that holds everything together. And with Bubs, you can help restore collagen levels for healthier hair and nails, glowier skin, and faster recovery. What's not to love? And it's super easy to use. Just mix Bubs into your morning bevy. For me, it's my coffee. It's tasteless, odorless, and dissolves instantly. No clumps or gross aftertaste whatsoever. Plus, Bubs has zero sugar, sweeteners, fillers, or junk. It's third-party tested, Whole30 approved, and sustainably sourced. It's trusted by over 10,000 customers and was named 2024's Best Collagen by Health.com. Live better longer. For a limited time only, our listeners are getting 20% off at Bubs Natural by using code SNARK at checkout. Just head to Bubs, B-U-B-S, naturals.com and use code SNARK and you're all set. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you.
I will definitely be checking that out. Speaking of TikTok, I want to talk about the acquired twins. Bridget and Danielle Felons, otherwise known as Acquired Style, and her identical twin on TikTok, released a clothing line called Fifi. What do you think of these style? And you did call it. Okay, so we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and Christy was like, I feel like it's gonna be like loungewear. It's gonna be like some sort of like Fifi, on the butt. Like you like literally called this, and I was like, no way. No way they'll release like stupid sweatshirts. Like, no way. Here we are.
I was right.
You were right.
Yep, roll the clip. I was going to say, I think when we had talked about this a couple episodes back, you were like, I feel like they're going to do some kind of Sophia Richie Grange type of capsule collection. No, when I
was wrong.
look at these styles, I wrote here, it literally, and I'm not just trying to say this because I don't like these girls. I hand to God, I don't know who these girls are. I just know them as the acquired twins. I know nothing about their lore, if they're bad people or not, just at a face value. This looks like Shein with Revolve or Aloe prices. I looked at some of the price points. Socks, $20. Sweatpants, $98. Baseball cap, $48. And when you're looking at this, I'm not joking. It looks like Wet Seal. Like all this looks like from Wet Seal in 2006. Would you agree?
I'm very alarmed. So they're doing like a ballerina wrap top. That's $85.
It looks such high quality and like the scalloped like neck.
And it has like a scalloped neck. And then they also have everything has like a raw hem, like these sweatpants, like a raw hem. They're thick
Raw pants.
sweatpant materials, but they're shaped like did you ever like do the hardtail thing? Remember hardtail pants, like the fold over like yoga pants back in
Of
the day that had the little red stripe?
Of course.
They're like hardtails, but like thick sweatpant material. Like I don't know a single person who these would be flattering on.
You know what? It looks kind of polyester. It looks really, really hot and uncomfortable.
95% cotton, 5% polyester.
Okay.
But
stand
still,
corrected.
that doesn't justify $94. I'm sorry. These
You can
do
get this on
not
Amazon
look-
for $12.
Oh my,
Literally.
I'm wearing them. I swear to God.
Let it be known. Kartik, get it in.
I'm wearing fold over gray sweatpants from Amazon right now that cost me. It came with the matching top, by the way. Matching top. And this was like, and I know it's Amazon. Like, you know, I'm not trying to brag about shopping on Amazon, but it's just one of those like comfy lounge outfits that like it doesn't need to be expensive, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, that looks, I mean, I can see it kind of from far away. That looks like great material. And sometimes Amazon stuff, the skim
It's cotton.
dupes.
100% cotton, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, there's no 5% polyester. It seems like such a money grab. And Snarkbait team, we have been working on merch and we're doing it so slowly because we actually do very much care about like the quality of the fabric and making sure the styles are something that we would want to wear. And Sophie, especially being in fashion, she's like, I don't want to just push it out just so we can get a quick cash grab, like genuinely, which is just like fun to wear something that's like snarky or whatever. This looks like it was put together in just like a couple months. Looks
when
very
I tell
on.
you also, just not to like hype up the merch. Again, like it's been a process, but like we have one merch design that I'm so excited about. And when I was getting ready to record, I was like, I wish I had that with me right now so I could wear it. I was like, that would be so cute to wear right now. I'm so excited for you guys to see it at some point. But also, okay, back to these sweatpants. The fact that they say Fifi on the butt, like what's up with who's gonna wear that?
We have enough Fifis, okay?
We have enough Fifis to deal with. I feel like but at the same time, it's like we have girls all over the place wearing Park sweatshirts. So like, I don't know, but still, like there's something about it being on the butt. And then the font of the logo is a different font. And it just like doesn't, I don't know. It's like very bizarre. I kind of expected, like when I said like, oh, I could see them doing like really cute, like staples, like, you know, classic staples like Sophia Richie's line or whatever, even though Sophia Richie's line is trash. Don't buy that. But you know what I mean? Like actual clothes, not like this.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. And I think something about Park and Dairy Boy, it's almost like gender neutral enough. Like Fifi is, I don't know. It clearly is some kind of like play on someone's name versus Park with an E. It's like, I don't know. That could just be a brand, Dairy Boy.
A place.
Yeah, a place. It's something about Fifi. It's not a fun, cute brand name, in my opinion.
No.
And I get it's a play on their last name, but I just think they could have come up with something far more inventive and creative. I'm not creative like this, so I'm not like I could figure it out even better.
Why didn't they call it Acquired Style?
Yeah, that's how people know them. And yeah, Acquired Style, stylish clothing, like that makes sense.
Very strange. But everything sold out, quote unquote. So they're doing something right. And by sold out, you know, you guys know what we mean.
You guys remember when Daphne came out and
Paige DeSorbo?
Yep, with Paige DeSorbo's pajama line. And I think it was the first drop. And Sophie, just doing market research, clicked as much inventory as she could buy. And the quantity went up to like lower than 100, but like pretty high, I think. And within like 10 minutes after she had put that into her shopping cart, it all sold out.
Yeah, and it was just the fact that they were like, your line sold out immediately. How does it feel? And I'm like, wait, but it didn't. Like, it was just something where they wanted to say it sold out. And that obviously is marketing tactic. It's like, you know, there's the scarcity of it. It's
Which,
funny also.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say with some of the units of Daphne stuff, like when I was like doing market research, it was For some of the other items, it was in the hundreds that I could put in my cart, which if they're ordering that many units, that means that there are that many people that they're like, okay, people will buy this. But still, like, it definitely wasn't sold out. And you can go on Daphne right now and not a whole lot is sold out.
Yeah.
So
I went recently just because I was curious with everyone putting out pajama lines. And I was like, oh, I wonder how Daphne's doing. And everything is in stock for as far as I could see.
yeah.
But I wanted to speak on the scarcity mindset. So did you hear about how ever since Elf acquired Rode for a $1 billion valuation, people are actually saying that the valuation of Rode has actually gone down since that acquisition. And it's because the scarcity feeling of Rode and the brand that felt very synonymous with Hailey Bieber has been watered down by the acquisition, and the fact that they have now moved from like a direct consumer playbook, I don't know what you call it,
To Sephora.
To Sephora, it becomes more accessible, less scarce, and therefore not as like high value to the consumer. So I think that's just really interesting because the product in and of itself is exactly the same as it was 5 months ago prior to the acquisition, but people are less juiced and like running to go and buy it. And what's also interesting is their profit and loss and all their financials. People were like looking at it, and the cost of goods sold margin was really, really low, just meaning that clearly the quality and like what they're putting into the products is very cheap, which I found to be very interesting. Again, it's the brand that is Hailey Bieber. It's Hailey Bieber people were buying. They weren't buying the Rode products. It's Hailey. So that could be a whole other episode in and of itself, but I found that to be fascinating about how even a big company like Elf can acquire the most sought after small business that is Rode, and Rode kind of is just not doing as well as it was.
Well, even like remember Kylie Cosmetics, like the lip kits. Remember everyone was trying to get a lip kit and they kept selling out. And then all of a sudden they had so many lip kits available and then other products, and then people stopped caring,
Yeah, because we always talk about this, the analysis paralysis. When you're tasting 4 jams at Costco, you're far more likely to buy than you are if there were 12 jams that you need to taste.
Choice paralysis.
Yes.
I love how we're acting like we're like teaching like a business school course right now. We're like, guys, so there's something called scarcity marketing. You probably haven't heard of it. Oh my God.
Here at Snarkbait Pod, we're here to educate.
Here at Snarkbait 101. Welcome to class.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about next?
I want to talk about some of the news of some Bravo news, I guess. There's a lot of Bravo felons in the news recently. First of all, I want to talk about Jen Shah. Jen Shah from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is getting released early for good behavior / restitution paid. I wonder how much she's paid because she owes $6.5 million. So how is she? I don't know how she's been able to pay that off from prison, but she'll be released on December 10th. So soon.
Oh my God, like a little over 2 weeks from now.
She's gonna be home for the holidays. She's gonna be released on December 10th after serving like 2.5 years in prison from a 6.5-year sentence. I think this is fucking bullshit. She defrauded vulnerable elderly people. A World War II veteran unalived himself because of her fraud, losing everything to her. Like I believe in people rehabilitating and changing their ways. I don't think that's going to be the case with Jen Shah. Jen Shah is a horrible, disgusting person who did a horrible, disgusting thing. She is irredeemable to me. I really, really, really hope she's not asked back to Real Houses of Salt Lake City. They've been doing amazing, actually better without her.
100%. This show has never, I know I don't watch still, but this show has never been as relevant as it is now, sans Jen Shah.
Yeah. Oh my God, totally. Like, she just is the worst. I don't want her back on my screen. I think she's fucking disgusting. And so I guess TBD on what her potential return will look like. I know that Andy Cohen, I don't know if you saw this clip. It was like behind the scenes on a Watch What Happens Live, and he did like a little Q&A, and someone asked if could you ever see Jen Shah returning to the show? And he goes, I kind of never want to see Jen Shah ever again. So
you know what? She cheapens the show if she were to be asked back.
Yeah.
It's so tacky. It's like you're a literal felon. I don't want to see felons on my housewives. I'm sorry. I want to
It's
see
not
wealth. I want
okay.
to see affluence. I want to see private jets. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not okay. And honestly, like my disgust for Erica Jane is also one of the reasons that I kind of like have fallen off. I mean, Real Houses of Beverly Hills has been so bad the past few seasons and really boring. But like I like can't watch someone like that. And I know that it's not like there are so many fucked up, horrible human beings that we watch on reality TV, but there's also like a line usually, like Jax Taylor, for instance, on The Valley.
Right.
Like there was like a line where we're like, we cannot have this person on our TVs anymore. And so like I wonder if there is going to be a line for Jen Shah. I hope there will be. But like it's not up to me. I don't even think it's up to Andy. I think it's literally going to be up to what they think will gain viewers. If viewers will, increase from bringing Jen Shah back, or if viewers will drop.
What would her lifestyle even be upon leaving jail?
Doing whatever she can for cash. She's going to be, because she has to pay back that 6.5 million. So she's going to be like doing appearances. She's probably going to write a book. Like,
True. Yeah.
She's going to go on a book tour. Like there's going to be like so much Jen Shah everywhere. And I'm not excited for it. Another Bravo felon that I want to talk about is Mia Thornton from Real Houses of Potomac. Did you hear about this? I know you also don't watch Potomac, Christy.
No. Oh my God. I'm just reading your notes right now.
So I'm sorry. I can't. It's so ridiculous. She was arrested for stealing $11,000 worth of furniture from a rental property. She left in the middle of the night. And I imagine it was, like a furnished rental apartment or, an Airbnb, something like that where she was staying. She left in the middle of the night with all of the condo's furniture, including the TV that was mounted on the wall.
What? I swear to God, when people are behaving this erratically, like stealing furniture from an Airbnb, it really speaks to their state of mind. It's less about the money and more of the state of mind that you're in. Was she on drugs? Like genuinely, why would you ever think, okay, I need to make a quick buck. Okay, it's going to be harder to steal from Nordstrom. So I'm just going to steal the rental. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me steal a desk. Let me steal a couch. Like it really speaks more to your state of mind than it does about the actual desire for cash. Right.
Yeah, like how fucked up do you have to be? And I mean, like,
yeah.
People who watch Potomac know that Mia is not, usually in her right mind, just in general. But like, even for her, that was crazy. That was a crazy thing to do. So the owner of the rental property was like, yeah, hello. All of our furniture is gone. And they took every article, and the TV that was mounted on the wall. This obviously, she didn't do this alone. There's no way.
She needed a U-Haul. She needed movers. She needed a truck.
I can't unmount a TV personally. I know that I talk about being an independent woman. Like I would need a TaskRabbit for that at least.
TaskRabbit.com. Use promo code SNARK at checkout for 15% off. But if you're looking to steal furniture from your Airbnb, go ahead and use that code. But no, genuinely, what's her MO on Housewives?
She's gone now. She was on for, I believe, 4 seasons, and she had like a messy separation / divorce from her husband, and was always just a chaotic. Like I never thought that she was like a bad person by any means. I think she was really obsessed with the fame and the money. I mean, that's what happens to these women going on Housewives, like they so often become this way. I don't know. Like, how would I even describe Mia? Like, she's just chaotic and unhinged. And also a lot of people thought that she was a little too, like, people were like, she's not like Housewives material. She doesn't give off, like you said, like wealthy or aspirational. She's kind of just like, what are you doing? Like, kind of just a chaotic mess. And she was arrested at the Atlanta airport. And I'm curious.
She checked the TV.
She checked the TV.
Checked the TV. She's waiting for the baggage claim at her destination.
Wait, how when you travel, I don't notice this domestically nearly as much as I notice this when I travel internationally. But when people travel internationally and they're checking like huge cardboard boxes and things that are like wrapped in like tarp and duct tape, do you know what I'm talking about?
Okay. When I went to Taiwan last year, when I came back, I had to cut through, I don't even know. When I tell you, Asians love, and I can say this because I'm Asian, Asians love to haul their entire everything in big boxes. And like I go to Europe, I go to Europe frequently. My sister lives in Europe, so I go to Europe quite often. It's not a thing in Europe. It's a thing in Asia. I don't know what it's about. Next, my mom and I looked at each other. We're like, we're flying a different like we're not doing Asian airlines moving forward. Even though Asian airlines are kind of the nicest ones, like internationally speaking.
As someone, I can attest to that. As someone who did my
100%.
honeymoon in Asia,
My mom,
the
my mom and
nicest.
I are like, God, like let's take United next time. Like let's do.
Well, it's
Delta.
because you'll get to baggage claim and it's all just like massive, oversized.
Yes.
It's like hundreds
Yes.
of duct taped cardboard boxes. Anyway, that's what I'm picturing with her and the furniture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious, like maybe she's missing that housewife salary because she was just, you know, she says that she wasn't fired, but that's what they always say. So
Where would she resell it? Craigslist?
yeah, like where is she? Yeah, Craigslist.
eBay? Offer up?
Yeah. Speaking of Potomac, we talked about Wendy and Eddie Osefo getting arrested for fraud and faking a robbery, allegedly, a burglary. There was a new article that came out about them in the Baltimore Banner. And they said that Wendy and Eddie used aliases in 40 credit cards, according to prosecutors. And apparently those aliases, so apparently they would like use these aliases on different financial applications and like different credit cards, I guess. They use the aliases Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy. Eddie Hennessy is so funny.
It's
like
funny.
What? And Pam Oliver, like what are you doing? Like I just
What would
can't
your
with,
alias be?
Oh, that's a good question. Ooh, what would yours be?
Yeah, I should expect to have an answer if I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, you always do that, by the way. You're like, not to put you on the spot, and then you put me on the spot.
I would try to do as vanilla of a name just to skirt by. So maybe that's why she chose a name as simple as Pam Oliver. I think she's on the right track here. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, did you take Spanish class growing up or French?
Spanish.
Did you have like a Spanish class name?
No, we didn't do that.
Oh, we got to like pick names, and I picked Isabel. I took French class. Isabel. I feel like I would do like Isabel something, you know?
I think of like sing to me, Paolo.
Sing to me, Paolo. No, like I would do like Isabel Lorraine. Something like French sounding, because I feel like it would sound chic.
Yeah, that is a chic name.
But Wendy and Eddie were actually at BravoCon. And they seemed to be in good spirits. And, you know, Wendy was asked about it and she said, they're only allegations right now. I obviously can't say much, but I will tell my story eventually. And they're only allegations, you know? Yeah. And she also, you know, released a statement on Instagram. Basically, they did like a joint statement, basically saying that, you know, this is all bullshit. And the prosecutors are clearly like fishing for stuff after charging them. So I guess we will see what happens with that.
Now, a quick ad break to talk about Born Shoes. Even though I live in SoCal and it's 75 degrees most days, it is still boot season, and I'm obsessed with my new brown suede boots from Born Shoes. They're perfect for fall, stylish, and most importantly, they're comfortable. I literally could walk Hank for miles in these, but I also can wear them to work or out to dinner with the girly pops too. Born Shoes are made with the best, highest quality leather. They're lightweight, supportive, and perfect for literally any occasion. Go to bornshoes.com today for a 15% discount plus free ground shipping on all full-priced shoes when you use our promo code SNARK. That's promo code SNARK for 15% off and free shipping, available exclusively to our listeners for just a limited time.
Oh, should we talk about Mauricio's Sexy People magazine photo shoot? We're on the topic of Bravo.
I'm genuinely so confused as to why people tapped him to do this. I feel like if they were to do this, this should have been 3 years ago when the divorce was happening, but perhaps, the body was still warm. It wouldn't have been in good taste, for Kyle, but I don't know. I don't know what to feel about this. I have a very mixed feelings on Mauricio because on one side, I think he's a great dad and I think he's like a hard worker. And I love that he started the agency like ground up and really made his dreams a reality. I do think there was a little bit of, and continues to be a little bit of weirdness with the Hilton family. And I do not like how on Buying Beverly Hills, he continued to kind of not shade the Hiltons, but would often talk about his former position at Hilton and Highland and why that was kind of the reason why Kyle and Kathy weren't on speaking terms for a while. And I didn't like how he kept name dropping the Hilton name for the success of the show. And I think even Paris at one point, I'm like forgetting the exact quote, but Paris even said at one point it was like kind of in more some words or less, it was in poor taste for him to continue doing that to their family, to the Hilton family. So that part I never have liked about Mauricio. But at the same time, I'm like, I love him on Beverly Hills. I think he's a cool dad.
Like, they invented you, Mauricio,
Yes.
Like, why are you biting the hand that not that feeds you anymore, but that fed you at one point?
I always thought the way Kyle and Mauricio navigated the relationship with the Hiltons was very odd. And I always found myself to be on Kathy and Rick's side, just knowing how, no matter how long it's been and how many opportunities that Kathy and Rick have had to speak on the matter, you never hear them talking
Yeah.
with malintent on
Yeah.
Mauricio or Kyle. And it's always them that are
Yeah.
going and running their mouth. And I think honestly, that's the reason why Kyle has been estranged from one sister to the next throughout the last like almost 15 years since she's been on the show. I don't know. I don't like that Kyle and Mauricio use family to push their name and get ahead. I don't like that. Like keep the family separate. Like keep
Yeah.
that sacred.
You know what? Also, that Bravo or that Andy Cohen said at BravoCon, and he was talking about Real Houses of New Jersey and Teresa and Joe and Melissa and that drama. And he sounded really uninterested because he kind of implied that they are feuding in order to get attention from it. Like, oh, the viewers, or they're, oh my God, what's next? Like, apparently they're making up. Like, we need to get this on camera, right? Like, the viewers are going to love this. It seems like they're like moving because they like want attention and
Yes.
like, you know what I mean? And Andy said something so profound. He was like, I think he was quoting Caroline Manzo actually. And he was like, the Bravo fans are not going to be the ones at your funeral. Which I thought was so profound.
And I think often the Bravo celebrities forget that.
Yeah.
I think when you go to events like BravoCon and you are literally being treated as if you're the Beatles or Taylor Swift in such a like small like environment, you feel that way. And that high lasts, it lasts for a long time. And then you're out and about and you have people approaching you. And you have to be honest, like Bravo fans are much different than I want to say, I don't know why this came to mind, like country music fans or something. Like, I feel like if a country music fan saw Morgan Wallen, they wouldn't approach Morgan Wallen in the way that a Bravo fan would approach Kathy Hilton if they saw her walking down the street. It's a different type of fan, and it's frantic, and it's girly pop, and it's crazy. And I can say this because I'm one of them. Do you know what I mean?
No, completely true and fair.
Yeah. So it's giving off the energy when you have fans like this. How can you not feel like a superstar and like Taylor Swift?
Yeah. So if you guys missed this photo shoot of Mauricio, the headline is Mauricio Umansky breaks down his quote unquote era of being single with new quote unquote hot and sexy photo shoot. Exclusive in parentheses. First of all, I love how they go hot and sexy in quotes. Like, who is calling it hot and sexy? You, your own writers?
Mauricio, actually.
Mauricio. Yeah, I guess. But like, these photos, you guys, I just love how, okay, so the first photo is a picture of Mauricio standing there straight on, head on, looking at the camera. and hands trying to like rip his shirt off, like women's hands. And then another one where he's like laughing and drinking like bourbon. And then there's like a woman's leg with like stiletto heels on his lap. And then the other leg is like on his cheek. And they're trying to be like artsy and editorial, but like they're so bad. I'm sorry. And Mauricio, like who I typically think is really hot, has given me the biggest ick with this.
Yes, I think it completely has the opposite effect of what they wanted the viewers to think about it when they saw these photos. I think you're so spot on because Mauricio is objectively so handsome.
Yeah.
And the way he speaks, he's sexy. He's a sexy guy, but this is the opposite of sexy. And I can't put my finger on it.
But it's hot and sexy, Chrissy. It even says so in the headline.
Speaking of hot and sexy, well, the opposite of hot and sexy, I need to talk about my op, Chase Stokes.
Yep.
I knew it was just time that would prove me right after years of fighting for my damn life.
Yep.
After hating Chase Stokes from season 1 of Outer Banks. Everyone, when he and Kelsey started dating, I remember being absolutely nauseous of people going on TikTok. He's like the golden retriever boyfriend. Oh my God, he's so sweet. We all need a love like Kelsey and Chase. And in my mind, I'm like, are you blind? You have 2 working eyes. Are you not seeing that this man is a con artist? And I knew it the second when he broke up with Madeline. I heard, Madeline's my girl. I heard rumblings that he was cheating on Madeline, and nothing has ever been confirmed. They both seem to be on very good terms. And I have to imagine, like, I'm obviously kind of half kidding, but not. At the end of the day, Madeline and Chase seem to be like goddamn professionals, and I think they've been able to maintain good chemistry for the most part and maintain and facilitate a good working relationship on the set of Outer Banks, despite them not having been in a relationship for like the majority of the show now. With that being said, when we found out last month they broke up, I was like, thank God. Then there were rumblings that they were back together. They were reconciling in Croatia, whatever. And then just last week, he's crashing out on Instagram, okay? And I'm so glad that Sophie posted this, or Rachel posted this on her Instagram. Don't believe the media.
That was yours truly.
I love the like stat at SnarkBaitPod on Instagram, you guys. Sophie posts the funniest DET carousels, and Rachel absolutely kills it with her reels. So when I saw this pop up just as a little surprise on my Instagram feed, I was like, yes, like we're talking about it on SnarkBait. Okay, Chase goes, don't believe the media. I'm blocked. I did nothing wrong. Sorry. Red heart. I tried. I'm sorry for those who believed in us. It is what it is. Onwards and upwards. You are so fucking stupid. Like, he's literally a 32-year-old man and he's posting like he's 15 on Snapchat. Can we all agree on that?
A 33-year-old man, mind you. I saw someone, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't remember who it was, so I can't give them credit. But when he goes, I'm sorry for those who believed in us. It is what it is. Onwards and upwards. Someone was like, this is what I say to my friends after I introduce them to a situationship that I've known for 2 weeks and it doesn't work out.
No, like literally. And the fact that he loves to make it everyone's damn problem. Like, let's be clear, Chase. Okay, let's be very, very fucking clear. Kelsey is the star. You are on some weird soapy tween drama, which, to be very clear, I love.
I love it.
I love it.
It's a good show, not because of him, in spite of him.
Hey. No. Thank you. That's perfectly said. And when I saw this, actually Kelly from Laguna Beach, she texted it to me. I was at work, off meetings, thought I was having, starting off for a good day. She goes, I know you'll be just as angered by this as me. And I open it and I text her back. I go, I'm fuming. She goes, what? Like, and I was like, no, I don't think you understand. Like, this is actually angering me to like the nth degree. Like,
I'm crying laughing. I'm imagining you at work. You're like in your little like work heels and your corporate outfit. You're holding your coffee and you have your like phone and you're leaving a meeting and you're like, you're like, bye, Paul. I'll send you the term sheet in a little bit. And then you check your phone and you stop in your tracks.
No, I literally have never been so appalled in my life. I literally was like, this guy's so fucking idiotic. No. And Kelly was like, yo, like, calm down. I'm like, no, you don't understand. And then, of course, I literally hate him so much. Everyone's going to say I'm like crashing out over his crash out. You're absolutely correct.
Yes, correct.
And then I'm looking at her EP, which is great, by the way. It's so good. I've been listening to it nonstop. But you know what really pisses me off? Because even when they started dating, she had this one song. It's like, I got a little black. I'm not gonna sing because I know people hate when we sing, but it's like I got a little black dress. I want to use it and maybe lose it on the floor that ain't mine. I think it's finally time. Basically talking about how she just divorced her husband and she wants to get back out there on the dating scene and like hook up with Chase Stokes. And every time I'm singing it, I like have to stop when I get to those lyrics because I can't imagine ever singing about losing a dress on a floor that ain't mine.
For Chase
I think it's
Stokes.
probably time. Oh my God. It's like, it actually nauseates me. She can do so much better. So, of course, I'm looking at the lyrics and it says, it is what it is, onwards and upwards. And I look at her lyrics and it goes, and it is what it is. Okay. I feel like she's trolling him because he probably says that all the time, which, by the way, is such a like juvenile thing to say. It is what it is.
Wait, oh my God, that's so funny because I will say it is what it is about like things at work. And my like seniors, people that I report to are like, stop saying that because it's not, you can change it. But I say that all the time and it is like a junior thing to say, literally.
It is what it is. Well, it's fine if you say it. It's not fine if he says it. Okay.
No, but it's
very clear.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm on Reddit trying to figure out what people are saying about it. And I was LOLing at this. Someone goes, I feel like Chase is chronically online. This is bagel_with_locks. I feel like he's chronically online. Like 3 years ago, my BFF and I went to Outer Banks and we were posting IG stories tagging him, and he would literally immediately view our stories. Like,
oh my God, he has no life.
So Chase coded. And then someone else goes, obviously take this with a grain of salt. Victory Week 3731 Reddit's handle said, so I may or may not live in Charleston. They film Outer Banks here and he has a home here. And via a friend who is friends with his house manager, he thinks he's so cool that he has a house manager. Like, shut up. You're not Taylor Swift. That her friend and Chase Stokes were sleeping together. So he was cheating on Kelsey. But hey, what do I know? I believe
How
it.
dare he?
There were rumors that he cheated on Madeline.
Yeah, Madeline Klein. The concept of Chase Stokes cheating on Madeline Klein will never not be insane to me.
Please.
Please.
And if you guys
God.
don't know the like origination of my hate for Chase, I've talked about it many a time on the show, but for those that are new, the reason I hate him is because when him and Madeline broke up, fans of Outer Banks were of course devastated. And anytime he would post a picture with like a fan, the crazy tween Outer Banks fans would get all pissed. So I guess he posted a picture with his younger sister, Riley, and his fans were out of control. They got super mad, which of course is like insane. Let a man post whatever he like with a girl, whatever he wants. And he posts and he deactivated his Instagram after this. He goes, after he posted a picture with his sister, Riley, the fact that I can't post a picture with my baby sister without death threats is just fucking absurd. Get a grip. Family always comes first. And at the end of the day, if you don't know my sister and have the audacity to send me horrific messages, then just go ahead and click that unfollow. I will always and forever be a person who always puts my family first. With that being said, and with that dumb shit, I'm out. See you when I see you. See.
I know the drama. Okay, but I mean, he has a point that he shouldn't be getting death threats.
Of course, that goes without saying. But like with that being said, and him like deactivating his Instagram,
I'm out. See you when I see you is so dramatic and attention seeking.
Yes, this is what he does. Like he
loves to post, and this is not the first or the last time clearly that he's posted like weird cryptic shit for attention. Like he loves it. He loves posting weird cryptic. And the concept also, like, I feel like when we think of like, those like Gen Z heartthrobs, like Chris Briney from The Summer I Turned Pretty and like Jacob Elordi, Euphoria, and like Chase Stokes, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
I feel like he's the Temu version of Noah Centineo, if that makes sense. Because like Noah Centineo, I think had the foundation to be almost a Zac Efron. Of course, he never reached that potential at all.
Right.
But I feel like what Noah Centineo is now, which I would say is quite irrelevant. I don't really have anything against him other than so. Yeah. But I feel like Chase wants to be Noah now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
But also no, it kind of does. I mean, like Outer Banks definitely has some like rabid fans that are definitely obsessed with him. Like, I'm not gonna deny that, but like, come on, Drew Starkey, anyone? Even Rudy Panko, who plays JJ, so hot.
Apples and oranges.
So rude. The one time I met him, extremely rude. which
hate
I've
that.
definitely told that story before. But yeah, I don't know. It's like he's just so attention seeking. And maybe it's a complex because he doesn't get all the attention on Outer Banks because everyone's obsessed with Drew Starkey and Madeline Klein.
Yes.
Rightfully.
Yes. Absolutely. And I think that he knew hanging on to it. It's literally objective that people that are famous that are in relationships earn more money. And I feel like that might have had something to do with them holding on to the relationship because they really created this really solid persona publicly
Yeah.
through like an untrained eye. If you're not like me who's psychotic, oh, they're such a sweet couple. They're so earnest. They're so like sweet together. And to me, it just always felt very disingenuous to me. So I'm like very happy that Kelsey is away from this man. I want her to date who's an eligible bachelor for Kelsey Ballerini. I've heard like rumblings from Beyond the Blinds that she also like might have dated another country singer, a girl, Kelsey Ballerini.
Ooh.
That's a blind item. I have no idea. I don't want to like put that out into the universe. That's just a blind. But regardless, I want Kelsey to find happiness with
Yeah,
whomever.
we're team Kelsey. Let's move on to our, I mean, that goes without saying, obviously. Let's move on to our dark energy objects. Christy, what are yours?
Okay. And Baby Snark, Mel K, she goes, when you try to buy something online and it doesn't autofill all your info. But then you had something to say about this.
Yes. Oh my God, I left a note next to this. Do not, and she said it doesn't autofill your info and like credit card info. Don't do this. Don't, when it asks you to save your credit card for future use on your browser, don't do this. That's how I got my credit card information stolen a couple years ago.
Oh my God.
Literally, Amex was like, "Did you save your credit card info like on a browser or whatever?" And it's different when I trust a lot of like my, websites that I shop from. Not a not a problem
Not a problem.
to save my credit card info on, those frequent websites that I shop from. But in terms of saving it on your browser and having it be ready to autofill on like a random website, do not do that, you guys. That's literally how it gets stolen.
Noted.
Don't do it. I know it's annoying to have to like go get your credit card every time you like want to buy something online from a new website, but like it's worth it. Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know from personal experience.
That in and of itself, the fact that people steal your information through credit card information on the browser, dark energy.
D.
The second one and the last one I wanted to talk about is, speaking of like annoying men, there's this influencer named Ricky Liorti, and he goes by the handle at Your Pal Rick. And the reason I even knew who he was because he was on an episode of Girls Gotta Eat back in, I think, March of this year of 2025. And they were talking about his whole thing is he always does this thing where he talks to the camera with a sentimental music in the background. And it's almost like Jay Shetty scam artist type of way, but his is about finding your person. And I always find something very insidious about men, like objectively attractive men that are out on TikTok trying to be genuine influencers with like the sentimental music in the background about wanting to find your partner. It's very, very dark. Like dark isn't even a way to describe it. It's genuinely insidious to me.
It is. Like, why are you as a man doing that?
Can you imagine like you met Henry on a dating app years ago and you're like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams, whatever. You go on his Instagram and he's doing reels.
I'm not joking. I think about that every time on like, they're on Love is Blind or The Bachelor or Love Island or wherever they're sequestered away without their phones. Imagine falling in love with a guy. You don't have internet access. And then you get off the show and you check his social media presence and he's like a wannabe influencer. Like imagine you get engaged on Love is Blind, leave the show and then see that he posts reels.
And like daily, he's a frequent content creator. It's such an ick. And on the episode, I think his episode turned a lot of Girls Gotta Eat listeners off because he was very holier than thou. It was the type of guy that said, it's very ironic, right? Because he's posting about wanting to find his partner on these social channels. While at the same time on this episode, he would say things like, he's objectively very handsome until he opens his mouth. Like he's a very attractive guy if you guys look him up. But when he starts talking, he's like, the thing about me and why I can't find a wife is because a lot of women, they're not willing to have me I'm not willing to sacrifice what I want to do to date. And they're like, well, let me understand that a bit more. Like, what do you mean? He goes, well, I don't want to sacrifice grabbing drinks with my buddies 3 times a week if my girl wants me to stay at home. It's like, what are you, a man in your like late 20s to early 30s, wanting to grab drinks with your buddies 3 times a week?
I hate that.
Yes. And he's
Also,
like, I
the
love,
way that
yeah.
you like give him like a little bit of a southern twang. I don't want to sacrifice getting drinks with my buddies.
I'll, I'll clean the deer.
I'll clean the deer. Oh my god, I just fucking spit. I'll clean the deer. Our high def cameras definitely picked that up. I'm so sorry. I'll clean the deer. You guys were talking about Paige Lorenz. We referenced this on last week's DET about Paige Lorenz like acting like she like grew up like literally in the wilderness, like in the country.
Another thing about this guy, he's like, I also hate a guy who on Reels, whether it's about sentimental music trying to find a partner or a guy who's like, hey, I'm John. I live in New York City. I'm in finance. I like going to work, then hitting the gym. I also love to travel. Like when you have to tell me you go to the gym, enough. Like I don't tell you when I'm like breathing. Like going to the gym, you're just taking care of your body. Like go to the gym. It's like I'm not waking up and being like, I have to breathe today, and then I'm gonna go to like, go to the gym. Just go.
Just fucking go. Why do you have
Just
to talk about it so much?
Yeah, it's almost just like, yeah, I work out. Like, yeah, I'm in a frat.
Oh
Remember
my
that?
god.
Yeah, I'm in a frat.
So stupid.
Okay, I'm on one today. Sorry.
No, as you should be. My DEO this week is, why is asking for Wi-Fi when you're like at a restaurant so embarrassing? Like,
Be like, but
you
I'm
know,
Sophie
when you're
Ross.
no, but like, you know, when you're at a restaurant and you're like, okay, there's no Wi-Fi here. And like, you don't even have like a really good excuse. It's not like you're like waiting for like a call or a text to meet up with someone after. Like, you're just like, I just like want to have internet. I want to like, which is really sad, honestly, to think about that. I can't be without internet for like a dinner, but like it kind of gives me anxiety, you know, like just having like being in like a basement restaurant or basement bar or whatever it is where you have to ask for Wi-Fi. But I want
totally
it. It's
understand.
embarrassing to ask, but I want it, you know?
I think that in order for us to reduce our anxiety around it, I just wish they had it on the menu.
Yeah. Then I wouldn't have to ask. That's the part that's embarrassing, is asking, because I know how sad it is that I'm asking for the Wi-Fi for this hour-long dinner.
And it's annoying when especially when you're traveling in a different country, you need the Wi-Fi to like easily connect with people back home. I find that even more embarrassing because they're like, this stupid American wants Wi-Fi. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so light energy objects this week. We kind of have the same ones, I feel like. So,
Yes.
first of all, Murdoch Death in the Family wrapped up last week with its finale last Wednesday. It was so good, you guys. The performances were unreal. Jason Clarke transformed into Alec Murdoch and like 1000% deserves. If he doesn't get an Emmy, it's rigged.
I forgot I was watching a fictionalized series. Like a fictionalized series based on true events. It was crazy to watch how he literally melded into his character.
Oh my God. And not to like, I mean, you guys know what happens with the story, but like there is kind of like this reenactment that feels very, very, very real. Like it's so chilling how real it feels. It feels like you are watching what actually happened, and you can tell that they put so much detail, and like they really paid attention to every single thing that actually happened based on the evidence. It's really well done. Highly recommend. Our other light energy object is, there have been rumblings for our Top Chef heads out there. Padma Lakshmi and Melissa King, who was a winner of Top Chef just a few years ago, extremely talented, are apparently potentially dating. And I'm obsessed with this.
I literally gasped when you texted the Snarkbait group chat, and I immediately went to Reddit. I immediately went to both of their Instagrams, and this has been kind of like breadcrumbed on their Instagrams for months now. I was actually shocked. This just came across my desk in November. They've been posting pretty intimately since the summer.
Since June, yeah.
Yeah, and I cannot believe this. I know she's been married to that guy, Rush. I don't want to watch his name.
Salman Rushdie.
Yes.
I think that's his name.
Yeah, and she's, so pretty, and Melissa
Yeah.
King is also so pretty. I mean,
Both
Melissa
stunning.
I know was a lesbian because she's talked about it on the show. I
Yeah.
had no idea that Padma was also perhaps interested in women, but in any case, this is so crazy to me, and I'm obsessed with it. I love them so much.
Obsessed. Apparently, and we got this tea from a baby snark, and then upon doing some digging, it seems like it might be legit, is that there may have even been a love triangle at one point with Nene, a former Top Chef contestant. So I don't know, but either way, I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, I came across like that Instagram that I think Nene or Melissa had
Yeah.
posted with the three of them together.
Yeah.
And I
No,
was
I'm
thinking,
obsessed
oh,
with it.
what happened here? But I guess I feel as if this is about to come to the surface and be publicly known because the comments on both of their pages saying, oh, just a friend, eh? The
And them
author is always
liking the
liking it.
comments.
Yes.
Yes. It's them liking the comments that was kind of confirmation for me, even
Yeah.
though they haven't technically confirmed it. But
Right.
love it. I'm a huge fan of both of them. So like I just love this. I want them both to be as happy as possible because they're both amazing women. For more of our light energy objects, actually, we are doing a Patreon tomorrow about some of our favorite things. And this actually is, I feel like, kind of like a gift guide, even. If you're curious for things to buy for the girly pops in your life, we have a lot of things that we love and want to talk about. So that is going to be our Patreon tomorrow. We also recorded a Patreon already for next week. And that is a deep dive on one of the most insane reality shows of all time, you guys, called I Want to Marry Harry.
I was laughing so hard. And I feel like we also get into not just if you're unfamiliar with the show, don't worry. I was not familiar at all with the show. And it makes Sophie broke it down really well. And we also just talk about the way that the reality TV landscape has changed over time and like our favorite reality shows and how reality television has like shaped our love of pop culture. We kind of get into just reality TV in general, as well as this crazy show that literally is, it's not even just like borderline, it's unethical.
Yeah. It's the Stanford prison experiment, basically.
Yeah. So head on over to patreon.com/snarkbitpod if you guys are interested in hearing more about that. And thank you to Jordan, Rachel, Kartik, and Olivia for all your hard work. And Sophie is at Soph_Ross. I'm at Christy Noel __. And if you guys are not patrons, we will see you on the normal feed on Thursday.
We are doing actually a rerun on Thursday because of Thanksgiving.
Because we're going to be taking some time off to spend with our families. So we hope you guys enjoy that rerun. It's like a really fun episode that I think
it's one of my it's actually probably my favorite episode that we've ever done. It's literally my Roman Empire person. You guys can probably guess if you know my Roman Empire. But
so yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll be in your airwaves regardless, and have a good Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next week for the holiday, after the holidays, for a new episode.
Happy Thanksgiving. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.